All right, folks, gather round and let me take you on a trip down memory lane, back to the year 2005, when a young Sidney Crosby was just beginning to make his mark in the NHL. This story is all about how a single hit, a bit of taunting, and a clutch play in overtime helped shape the legend of Sidney Crosby and earned him the infamous nickname Crybaby Crosby from those tough-as-nails Philadelphia fans. First off, picture this. It's 2005, and the NHL is emerging from a lockout overseen by the one and only Gary Bettman. The Pittsburgh Penguins, a franchise that had seen its fair share of financial troubles, managed to win the draft lottery, and with it, the golden ticket to the future of hockey. That ticket came in the form of an 18-year-old phenom named Sidney Crosby. The expectations were sky high, and the pressure on Crosby's young shoulders was immense. Now let's set the stage for the main event. November 16, 2005, marked the return of the Battle of Pennsylvania, a fierce rivalry between the Pittsburgh Penguins and the Philadelphia Flyers.
You don't dare take your eyes off Sidney Crosby when he's on the ice, because if you do, you might miss something like this.
When a generational superstar like Crosby enters the NHL, he quickly learns that being targeted by opponents becomes part of the job description. And let me tell you, it was even more pronounced back in those days. You see, 2005 was a pivotal year for the NHL. The league was transitioning to a new era that emphasized speed and skill, with rule changes to match.
Look at this, he just splits the 2D, puts the puck on the backhand, one hand on the stick, and able to flick it right over the glove.
The offensive zone expanded, the neutral zone shrank, and the game was evolving. But one thing hadn't changed.
Watched by Strome, has been out here a long time. Crosby from the corner, twisting and turning inside out. Beautiful move, trying to get the shot up. He holds, he shoots, he scores!
Physicality was still very much a part of the game, and the veterans weren't about to let an 18-year-old kid dominate them without a fight. Now picture this guy named Darian Hatcher. He was a 6'5", 225-pound veteran defenseman, nearing the twilight of his career. In the early 2000s, Hatcher was known for delivering bone-crushing hits, a bit like Scott Stevens.
And here's Crosby on a breakaway. The game on his stick. Score!
So when rookie Sidney Crosby squared off against this imposing figure, you knew something was bound to happen. And happen it did. Hatcher, in what seemed like a hit acceptable by 2005 standards, delivered a clean textbook body check to Crosby. But here's the kicker. At the end of that hit, Hatcher added a classic forearm shiver, sending Crosby crashing to the ice.
Well, as I'm going by, funny hit his head, eh? And I'm going to tell you, if he doesn't have a good concussion, I don't know what is there. That's that bit. That's those. Look at the sides of the shoulder pads on the guy. They're just like armor, and he got a full tilt, and he is hurt.
Two teeth poorer and probably more frustrated than ever, Sidney let out his anger by slamming his helmet to the ice. The Philadelphia crowd absolutely loved it, and that's when Crybaby Crosby was born. But you know what? Crosby wasn't about to back down. Those attempts to bully him continued throughout the game. He even got high-sticked by Hatcher without a penalty, leading to Crosby's complaints to the officials and an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty of his own. Philadelphia was clearly trying to get under Crosby's skin, but they underestimated his resilience and determination. Heading into overtime with 1 goal and 1 assist already to his name, Crosby was on a mission. He found himself on a breakaway, with the game hanging in the balance, and he wasn't about to let this opportunity slip away. With nerves of steel, Crosby buried the puck in the back of the net, sealing the victory for the Penguins with a final score of 3-2. This was more than just a game-winning goal. It was a message to the entire NHL. You can't rattle Sidney Crosby easily. He may not always get the protection he deserves, but he won't be intimidated. That moment in 2005 set the tone for Crosby's entire career. He would continue to be a target for opponents, and yes, he would sometimes find himself on the receiving end of cheap shots. But he never shied away from the conflict, and that unwavering determination defined his illustrious career. Now, here's where things get interesting. The debate about how superstars should handle situations like these still rages on. Should they retaliate, seeking to dish out their own punishment? Should they be constantly complaining to the referees, trying to draw penalties? Or should they maintain their discipline and let their game do the talking? It's a fine line to walk, balancing between standing up for oneself and letting emotions derail one's performance. In this particular game, rookie Sidney Crosby showed us his resilience and his ability to deliver in the clutch. Since that defining moment, Crosby has gone on to dominate the Philadelphia Flyers. I mean, we're talking about 83 career games, 124 career points, and 3 playoff series victories against them. It's safe to say that there's no team Sidney Crosby enjoys playing against more than the Flyers. So, I'll leave you with this question. How do you think superstars should handle situations where they face constant aggression and taunting? Should they follow Crosby's lead and respond with determination and clutch plays? Or is there another approach that you believe is more effective? Feel free to share your thoughts in the comments and let the debate rage on. But one thing's for sure, whether you love him or hate him, Sidney Crosby will always be remembered as one of the greatest to ever lace up the skates in the NHL. Sidney Crosby's journey from crybaby Crosby to one of the most respected and accomplished players in NHL history is a testament to his resilience and determination. The incident in 2005 served as a turning point in his career, demonstrating that he wouldn't be intimidated or deterred by physical play and taunts from opponents. It also raises important questions about how superstars should handle such situations, as they continue to be targeted by opponents seeking to disrupt their game. Whether it's through retaliation, seeking penalties, or maintaining discipline, the debate continues. But one thing is clear. His legacy extends far beyond the ice. Crosby's journey serves as an inspiration not only to aspiring hockey players, but to anyone striving for excellence in the face of adversity. It teaches us that no matter how talented or successful you become, there will always be challenges and detractors. The key is to stay true to your goals, work hard, and never let adversity define you. As we continue to watch Sidney Crosby's career unfold, we can't help but admire the way he handles himself both on and off the ice. His leadership, sportsmanship, and dedication to the game are qualities that have earned him the respect of fans and peers alike. And that wraps up our trip down memory lane, revisiting the unforgettable story of Sidney Crosby's journey from crybaby Crosby to NHL legend. We hope you enjoyed this nostalgic ride through hockey history and the discussion on how superstars should handle adversity on the ice. Before we go, don't forget to hit that like button if you enjoyed this video and found it informative. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to our channel for more exciting sports stories and discussions. Thanks for joining us today. And as always, keep the debate alive in the comments section below. We love hearing your thoughts and opinions. Until next time, hockey fans, stay tuned for more exciting content, and may your favorite team always find success on the ice. Take care.